Learning Styles, a presentation by Group 14. Learning styles refer to a range of competing and contested theories that aim to account for the differences in individuals' learning, and it speaks to the understanding that every student learns differently. Technically, an individual's learning style refers to the preferential way in which the student absorbs, processes, comprehends, and retains information. In 1984, David Kolb published his learning styles model. This model gave rise to related terms such as Kolb's experimental learning theory and Kolb's learning styles inventory. Kolb states that learning involves the acquisition of abstract concepts that can be applied flexibly in a range of situations. Peter Honey and Alan Mumford developed their learning style system as a variation on the Kolb model. Honey and Mumford identified four distinct learning styles or preferences, namely the activist, the theorist, the pragmatist, and the reflector. Activists are those people who learn by doing. Activists need to get their hands dirty and to dive in with both feet first. They have an open-minded approach to learning, involving themselves fully and without bias in new experiences. They tend to act first and consider the consequences afterwards. They are gregarious people constantly involving themselves with others, but in doing so, they seek to center all activities around themselves. Their philosophy is, I'll try anything at once. Activities for them will include brainstorming, problem solving, group discussion, puzzles, competition, and role playing. Theorists. These learners like to understand the theory behind the actions. Theorists adapt and integrate observations into complex but logically sound theories. They need models, concepts, and facts in order to engage in the learning process and prefer to analyze and synthesize, drawing new information into a systematic and logical theory. They tend to be perfectionists who won't rest easy until things are tidy and fit into a rational scheme. They prefer to maximize certainty and feel uncomfortable with subjective judgment, lateral thinking, and anything flippant. Their philosophy prizes rationality and logic. Activities for them will include models, statistics, stories, quotes, background information, and applying theories. Reflectors. These people learn by observing and thinking about what happened. Reflectors prefer to stand back and view experiences from a number of different perspectives, collecting data and taking the time to work towards an appropriate conclusion. They are thoughtful people who like to consider all possible angles and implications before making a move. They listen to others and get the drift of the discussion before making their own points. When they act, it is part of a whole picture which includes the past as well as the present, and the other's observation as well as their own. Their philosophy is to be cautious. Activities for them include paired discussions, self-analysis questionnaires, personality questionnaires, time out, observing activities, feedback from others, coaching, interviews, and applying these theories. Lastly, pragmatists. These people need to be able to see how to put the learning into practice in the real world. Pragmatists are keen on trying out ideas, theories, and techniques to see if they work in practice. They positively search out new ideas and take the first opportunity to experiment with applications. They tend to get on with things and act quickly and confidently on the ideas that attract them. They tend to be impatient with ruminating and open-ended discussion. Their philosophy is there is always a better way, and if it works good, it's good. Activities for them include time to think about how to apply learning in reality, case studies, problem solving, and discussion. These are the learning approaches that individuals naturally prefer, and they recommend that in order to maximize one's own learning, each learner ought to understand their own learning style and seek out opportunities to using that learning style.
This study aims to describe the learning styles of the Research Methodology 1 students of academic year 2016 to 2017, and it uses a descriptive observation cross-sectional study design. The participants include the 266 Research Methodology 1 students of academic year 2016 to 2017 of the University of Santo Tomas, College of Rehabilitation Sciences. Among the participants, 117 are PT students, 78 are OT students, 37 are SLP students, and 34 are SPS students. To gather data, an online survey using Kolb's Learning Style Questionnaire was conducted among the participants. These data were sorted and analyzed using descriptive statistics. Results show that 37% of the CRS students are pragmaticists, 7% are activists, 1% are theorists, and 55% are reflectionists. In the PT department, most of the students are reflectionists with 54% of the total population. On the other hand, only 1% of the population are theorists. In the OT department, reflectionists was 59% of the total population, and 2% of the theorists was noted. In the SLP department, reflectionists also ranked the highest with 53% of the total population, and there were no theorists among the said population. Lastly, in the SPS department, majority are also reflectionists with 54% of the total population and 1% of the theorists. In conclusion, results show that the majority of ResMeth 1 students of academic year 2016 to 2017 are reflectionists and least are theorists. The results are also consistent across all the departments, with reflectionists ranking first, second by pragmaticists, third by activists, and last by theorists. For the implication, majority of the students in CRS are categorized as reflectionists, making them effective learners through observation and metacognition. They prefer to learn from experiences gained from various perspectives, collected data, and by taking their time to work towards an appropriate conclusion. Therefore, activities such as peer discussions, self-analysis, and personality questionnaires, observing activities, and the like would be effective for the majority of the students. However, it is still substantial to integrate these strategies with other learning style activities since a big percentage of the students are non-reflectionists. Considering that the theorists rank lowest across the population, its activities may not be as effective for teaching.